r/AskReddit. How do you survive working in a job you hate? I break life down into 5 categories, and if I'm developing into or more of those categories then I consider myself to be succeeding. Financial, romantic, health, social, professional. At the moment I'm not developing in my job, and I hate it. But it means that I'm doing okay financially and socially, which is enough for me right now. Are the Sims method I see. How can I spend my IRL points to buy steel bladder? If you can't find an equivalent job elsewhere, and you're truly stuck. What worked for me during those years was immersing myself in a personal hobby only for me. Since my job included an ebb and flow of work, I read about my hobby and a few idle minutes at work. Pretty close to this for me. At my 20-year mark for pension I started looking for another place to build another 20 years. I would lose 1/3 of my pay and 80% of my current insurance plan. Yeah, I'm better off stacking retirement where I started. Then they'll lose your pension money in unavoidable market fluctuations a few years after you retire. Think of the money. Plan lots of holidays. But I hate my job as a travel agent. But, doctor, I'm Pagliacci. My job consisted of making pizza. A lot of pizza. I survived by eating pizza. A lot of pizza. And you will die from eating a lot of pizza. The dominoes of life. Working at Domino's is just a waiting game until it all falls over. Every day I draw a 4x4 grid on a blank piece of paper. 16 boxes total. Every half an hour I put a tick in a box. After I put the last tick in the last box I go home. Does this make your day go faster? I might start doing this. Sort of. If the day starts to drag I divide each box in 2, so I get to tick a box every 15 minutes. 911 dispatcher. The stress is literally killing me. But the insurance is the best in my state. Without it, as a single earner for a household of 6, we couldn't get by. I sacrifice for my family. This is one of the most real answers here. The insurance package is a make or break decision when looking at other job options. Keep it up. And I hope things get better for you. You have an important job and you help people more than you may ever know. Thank you. You are also absolutely right. I've turned down jobs that paid better. In my own city, I drive 45 minutes to work at 64 hours a week. Because the insurance at the potential job would end up costing so much that I would actually be taking a pay cut. I don't hate what I do. I like helping people in lieu of making rich people richer. But I do hate my job. The stress and permanent overtime have caused a 40-pound weight gain and all other manner of trouble. I think the pay is really good. And you're not going to find anything that pays half as well. This is my situation. The pay is quite good. The job is quite boring. Mundane. Poor status and no opportunity for growth. Other professionals look down on you. But realistically I can't make this money doing anything else. So keep my head down and try and ignore the pity and condescension from my colleagues. Edit, I'm female. I have a degree and a postgrad. I work in a science/healthcare role. I was on a career track at work, but then I had a family tragedy. After that I got cancer. I'm fine now, and that was the last straw. I left the prestigious career track and now I'm in a job with no prospects. That does pay well, so I know I'm lucky to have that. I have good health now. A lovely family and great friends, so do I appreciate how blessed I am. My best friend did that to me. I have a degree in mathematics. Won several awards to show for it. And I work in a warehouse. Packing boxes. When she found out she told me she was disappointed I didn't have a real job. This is a woman who has put off her professional life to go to school and take jobs as a glorified data entry specialist for other people's research projects. And yet I'm the one who is failing at life. Last year I brought in almost $57,000. That's more than my parents ever brought in, combined. This year I just got a $2/HR shift differential on top of a $1 raise. And yet I'm the failure. It stuck with my heart hearing that. I try to tell myself every day that I'm not. That a bachelor's degree doesn't get you very far anymore. What jobs do all of you people have that allow you to listen to podcasts and audiobooks? Office jobs. I've been able to do this at every desk job I've had. I spend about 10% of my day actually working. The rest of the time ducking around on my phone, watching videos, or listening to music/podcasts. What kind of offices? Positions? I'm currently overworked and underpaid in the non-profit sector and rethinking a lot of my life decisions. Go to work. Don't give a hit. Go home. Been doing it for 7 years. The key here is to give your job enough effort that it looks like something is being accomplished. Just do enough not to get fired. Get out of there. Watched my wife power through 2 years at her old job that she could not stand. Found a new job that pays a lot less, but she is smiling when she comes home and not mad/sad about her day. Worth it. Couldn't agree more. Left a position with a failing company to get into a different field altogether, since several of my former employees had gone there. After 6 months I realized that line of work really wasn't for me. Left. Spent a month finding a new position. And found one that pays me nearly as well as the original position. And I'd find that I actually enjoy what I do. For me the pay cut was worth it to not be mentally exhausted every day out of sheer spite of the work. A lot of people don't get how tired mentally and physically being at a job that you've already mentally acknowledged either isn't enough for you or is just the worst. After going from contract to contract at other jobs, finally got this, on paper, great full-time job 10 minutes walking from my house. I could have stayed in my job the rest of my life and just coasted by. But I hated it. I came home so tired every day and was either sad or angry, or both. I was a lesser person and a hitty wife and friend all around. I quit after 7 months and don't regret it at all. The pay is good. I'll listen to music all day. Finagled a work from home 2 days a week schedule. And stopped worrying about meeting ridiculous deadlines that aren't of my doing. I just show up, do the work assigned to me, and avoid interaction with coworkers as much as possible. A friend of mine had said the same exact thing for years. After a heavy acid trip he stopped his job, which he said deep down made him dead inside. He divorced his wife, no kids, who he said he actually started feeling detached with, and he moved to Vietnam. There he met who he claims is the girl of his dreams. Married her within less than 2 years. He started his own business, a cafe in HCMC, Sagan, and is now expecting a child. When I visited him I was surprised. I never seen his face so aglow and his movements full of life. 8 years in his marriage and a bit less owning his own cafe. He looks like a man living the dream. His difference is like night and day. He said it was all about seeing how he really felt, facing the darkness, and seeing what he really wanted. I'm glad to have been part of his enlightenment. Most people will never make it. The lesson here then is take drugs, kids. Although in all seriousness, I've heard that taking acid can give you a level of internal reflection that can completely change your life and emotional state, as you have just evidenced in your post. I don't. I die at the start of each dreadful workday, only to be reborn as a glorious phoenix. Work is more enjoyable as a mythical bird. Huh. So you died yesterday, huh? We are still going to need you in on your pre-planned vacation days this weekend for overtime. That's no excuse to be late. By thinking of the best ways to tell your boss that you quit. My favorite one is when my friend taps on my work window, calls me outside. There is a limo waiting with champagne, and he tells me he's won lotto and giving me $1 million. I walk back inside, get my bag, say duck this place and walk out. What if he were to rappel off the side and bang on the window getting you to go to the roof, where he has the cash and a helicopter instead of the limo? Spend all your free time at work looking for another job. Just knowing that you are setting a change into motion will boost your spirits. And eventually you'll find another job that you hopefully don't hate. Maybe spend some time thinking about the career you're in, and if you are in it because you love it, or because it pays well, and you think that will make you happy. This is what I've been trying to do. Unfortunately I've been trying so long that it no longer lifts my spirits at all. I've very seriously considered abandoning my field and getting into something totally unrelated, like patient transport at a hospital or something. It honestly wouldn't be that much of a pay cut for me in my area. Just to chime my experience in, I've been working in a corporate, primarily sales, environment for 7 to 8 years. Ducking loathe it. Current job is vile. Excel harassment. Stuff bordering abuse. Toxic work environment. I could go on. I decided I had enough. So I've quit. My last day is next week. I decided to take the plunge and totally change careers. I'm going to be a community-based support worker. I have no experience. No qualifications. But I like to think I'm a nice person. And people are so desperate where I'm for support workers. I've got a job and they're paying for all my training and also paying me whilst I do it. Yes. My pay is going to be hit for probably quite a while. But I can go home and take pride in my work. Because I made somebody's day a bit better because of what I'm going to do. I've already done a shadow shift and I loved it. Someone got out of bed because I came in and helped them. Someone smiled because I talked about cats with them. Someone bothered to eat their dinner because I was there and I cared. I guess what I'm trying to say is, just do it. Find somewhere that's willing to take you on and take the plunge. Life is too short to be unhappy, especially with something that takes up as much of your time as working does. I never wanted to work in a corporate environment. I just fell into it. My new job is more along the lines of what I always wanted to do, and I'm quite looking forward to it. I may fail at it. They might hate me, but at least I tried. Holy carrot MOLY thank carrot YOU carrot FOR carrot THE carrot GOLD. I grew up in poverty. Like, no toilet paper or food in the house. Often no electricity. My job pays well and allows me the stability of a good apartment and luxuries like internet and being able to buy the 48 pack of toilet paper from Costco. I never thought I would be able to shop at Costco. I don't live an extravagant life, but being able to buy new shoes when I need them or having well-stocked fridge is something I value above having a job I love. Truth. I personally have not lived in poverty, but have observed it and been near poverty. Damn, it's nice to have food, a reliable car, and not have to stack rocks for a